Hello, Rush Class of 2022, and congratulations on starting medical school this fall. My name's Abigail Huntley, and I'm a rising M2 in the medical college. My classmates and I have just finished the M1 year that you're about to embark upon, and being the first class to experience Rush's new curriculum, we've worked out a lot of the kinks for you, so you're welcome. In all seriousness, though, I just lived through the year that you're about to have, so if there's any advice I can offer or any questions you may have, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information up at the end of this video. Other than being a rising M2, I'm from the northwest suburbs of Chicago, a little town called Woodstock, site of the filming of the movie Groundhog Day, if you've ever seen it, and if not, you should, it's great. I went to the University of Chicago for my undergrad, I studied religion, worked as a campus minister for a year, and now I'm here at Rush. I'm also getting married in August, so I'll have a different last name when I meet you guys on campus, but I'll still be me. Finally, I'm the Osmosis representative for the class of 2021, and this video series is designed to get you started using Osmosis so that you can access your pre-matriculation materials and so that you feel prepared to utilize the study options available to you when you arrive on campus and start getting totally inundated with information. So what is Osmosis? You may have heard of it before, or you may not have. Osmosis is a study platform designed by doctors for medical students. It not only provides videos, flashcards, and board-style practice questions for us to use, it also enables us to upload documents from our institution, which can then be analyzed to offer additional resources. Finally, it's a great place to collaborate with your fellow students and get feedback from your professors so that everyone is able to study more effectively. Okay, so first things first. Rush has purchased for each person in your class a subscription to Osmosis Prime. In order to access your subscription, you need to follow the link that you should have received in your Rush email account. That email was from hi, H-I, at osmosis.org. This email should contain a link that will prompt you to create an account with Osmosis and join the Rush Med 2022 workspace. If you did not receive this email, or if you can't find it, let me know once you finish watching this video. One important note. Please make sure that when you set up your account, you go to your profile and enter your name first and last. Otherwise, you'll show up to all of your peers as blank, comma, blank, and it will be really hard for us to figure out who you are when you're collaborating with us on documents. Okay, now that you're logged into Osmosis, hopefully, and again, if you're having problems, feel free to get in touch with me, let's take a brief tour. The first page that opens up when you log in is your dashboard, and it should look something like this. This page shows the newest videos that have been added to Osmosis, up here, and it gives you easy access to the Osmosis library here, where all of the concept maps, videos, flashcards, and board-style questions that are provided by Osmosis can be found. These are all organized by body system / medical specialty, and we'll look at these more in detail later. So I do want to draw your attention to this featured series of videos here, called How to Succeed in Health Professions. I highly recommend that you watch this playlist, or at the very least, watch the video on spaced repetition, which explains the cognitive science behind active learning and why a platform like Osmosis can help you learn more effectively than traditional study methods. I highly recommend watching it, and it's always here on the dashboard on your very first page if you want to come back to it later. Also, I want to point out up here on the top, there's 3 icons that are going to be absolutely key for your review. The lightning bolt here is your flashcard queue. So right now I've got 35 flashcards saved that I've not started reviewing yet. If I want to review them now, I just click on that icon and it'll take me to a quiz reviewing those new items. This stethoscope here is my question queue. I don't have anything in there right now, that's why it's gray. And then this clock is showing the items due for spaced review. And if at any point after a block exam or whatever you want to empty the question queue, you can click on your initials up here in the corner and then empty your queue or your spaced repetition by selecting Reset History. Again, that's Reset History to empty out these queues here. So let's take a look over at the left-hand side of the screen. I have 4 big icons here. You'll probably have fewer, and that's okay because we're going to set them up. This top icon is the library icon. It's this O with the bars kind of surrounding it. It says library, so that's easy enough. And when you're on your dashboard, the library is already displayed for you. But when you're on any other page in Osmosis, if you hit this button, this library will pop up on the left-hand side. Just to reiterate, the library is where you can access all of Osmosis's concept maps, videos, flashcards, and board-style questions. So these next two icons, I'm going to touch on briefly, but we'll come back to in a later video because they're really most useful when you're getting into the board review. And trust me, it's really, really early for you guys to be reviewing for step 1. You should really just be focusing on classwork right now. However, it is important that you know that these two icons are here so that when it's time for you to start reviewing, you'll know what's available for you to use. So this one that looks like a calendar is the personalized study schedule. It takes into account all of the resources that I'm using to study, and it makes suggestions about what material I should cover each day. I'll say more about this in a later video, so hold tight. This one that looks like tools is the quiz builder. Makes sense. And that can be very helpful when you're studying for the boards because it allows you to put together a 40-question multi-subject quiz and simulate a step 1 situation. And it also lets you see any questions that you flagged for spaced repetition. So this last icon here is the most important for you during your summer studies and probably during your entire M1 year as well. This is the team workspace. If you don't see it here, go down to the bottom to this plus sign with Add Tools listed under it and click on it to enable Team Workspaces, which is here. From there, you should be able to join the RushMed 2022 workspace. And I've already joined, so I'm just going to click here, RushMed 2022, and here we are. There's 3 main pages in the class workspace. The default page is the calendar, which you can see here, and it populates to the day it is, so July 6th. We'll spend quite a bit of time on this in the next video, but this calendar is really where you'll be able to find all of the documents from all of your self-study materials. From there, you'll be able to annotate, analyze, and make flashcards and questions. And for now, you can find all of your pre-matriculation study materials. They are all stored on September 5th. 2018. So that's this page right here. And that's the date of your first case, which is why we chose to populate these documents there. This second page is your class workspace quiz builder. And here you can see all the flashcards that are made by anyone in your class, which right now is just me. Again, we'll go into a lot more depth in upcoming videos, but I want to point out 2 things. First, there's a tab for course exams and one for long-term decks over here. The course exams one is where you'll find everything pertinent to whatever you're studying right now. Long-term decks are going to be more for board review purposes, and I'm working on uploading some materials for you there right now. The second thing I wanted to point out is that you can see there's only one flashcard deck here, and it's called Documents. Every flashcard that's made from the documents uploaded in this course will show up in this specific deck. They can then be filtered by the date that they were written, or the date they were written for, or by the person and people who wrote them. Again, we'll talk more about this later. You can also upload additional decks that aren't associated with documents, however. For example, last year for the Vital Fluids and Gases course, which covers heart, lungs, and kidneys, I made a separate deck from the documents that covered all of the pharmacology for the entire course, and I uploaded it here so that my classmates could use it. And it was a really helpful review tool, even though it didn't link back directly to our documents. You'll notice that this first tab here is only for flashcards, but you also have the opportunity to select either flashcards or questions written by your classmates when you click the course calendar or course title tabs. And as you can see, you can choose questions here at the bottom. More on this in a future video. This last tab in the RushMed 2022 workspace is probably only going to be useful if you become your class's Osmosis representative. This is the course folders tab, and here you can see that we only have one course folder so far, because you only have one course so far. When you start the host defense and host response block, which is the next one that you're going to have, we'll add a course folder on here for you, and that's where all of your documents will be uploaded to, and that's where all of your flashcards and questions will be stored. Okay, I realize I just took a ton of information and threw it at you really quickly. So if you only take away 3 things from this video, it should be these. First, Osmosis is a study space where people can learn just about any way they want, from watching videos, reading course notes, making annotations, writing quizzes and note cards, taking other people's quizzes and note cards, and asking questions of their professors and receiving responses, which we'll be talking about in a future video. Second of all, your pre-matriculation materials can be accessed by entering the RushMed 2022 workspace and using the course calendar to go to September 5th, 2018. Further instruction will be given on how to fully utilize these materials in a later video. Finally, if you have any problems, questions, concerns, or just want to chat with someone who's lived through M1 year, you are more than welcome to contact me. Again, my name's Abigail Huntley, and you can reach me at Abigail_Z_Huntley@rush.edu. Or alternatively, you can text my phone number, which is located in the Entrada access instructions that you received through your email. And I ask that if you text me, please just let me know that you're an M1 so that I actually respond to your text and don't just ignore you as some random stranger. All right, thanks so much for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Good luck.